How are you guys doing? Today, we're going to be talking about what happened last week. Because I'll be truthful with you, it's not 100% great, and it's not 100% bad either. We're in this weird limbo, and you'll kind of understand if you stick around and listen to the full story, right? Because as you guys know, last week I put on YouTube posts that I was in a hospital, and many of you guys obviously shared concerns, obviously wishing for a speedy recovery. I want to say thank you to all of you guys because you guys are amazing. But today I am going to be talking about fully what's been happening, and I will be real, it's going to be a little bit emotional for me, so bear with me. But it is something that I have to deal with, right? So last week, as many people might have seen, I were posting content, and many people don't realize on my channel, I do try to post almost like a week's advance worth of content, just in case something happens, something goes wrong, something that I need to do, I'm covered. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that, as you saw on Thursday and Friday, because Sunday night and Monday morning, I was suffering from a really bad, what I thought was an IBS episode. And as many of you guys know, I suffer from IBS. It's irritable bowel syndrome. If you don't know what it is, it just means if you eat certain food, and this is different to obviously different people, but depending on what food you eat, your stomach and your body literally just doesn't agree with it, and it honestly feels like I can imagine a kraken coming in and punching you in the gut, right? It literally feels like my gut is a T1 unit and the food is a T8 unit, right? That's how brutal the pain is. And you get cramps, you can get, as you guys can imagine, the wet brown rain from the back end as well. It's not pleasant, as many people know. But on top of it, you can also vomit, and I was vomiting quite badly. And what happened is I went to the doctors, like anyone does, went to the doctors and just said, look, this is what's going on. Can I get some medication again? Because they give medication, obviously, for my IBS. And they said, yeah, no problem, but let me have a real check. And the thing is, when they started to check, it seemed all kind of normal until they started prodding around. When they started prodding around certain areas of my bowels and basically my liver area, it was in very sharp pain. And before people ask, no, I don't drink, so I shouldn't really have any like proper liver problems. I actually have quit smoking for an entire week now, nearly 2 weeks. I've not smoked either, so that's pretty good as well for me for health benefits. But what ended up happening is the doctor said you shouldn't be in that much pain when I'm pushing in those areas, mate. So I got sent to the hospital. The hospital was wondering what's going on. I have to obviously explain the full situation to him, like I just explained to you guys. And they went, yes, let's just do a scan. Let's just do a scan on you, and we'll see what's going on. Because the issue is, 2 to 3 months ago, I think many of you guys may have known, I had a very similar issue. And that did get kind of solved with some medication, but I still suffered a little bit of pain, but that kind of disappeared, and now it's come back. From Friday, I had this scan, and it was an ultrasound scan. And at first I thought it was going to be a CT scan or something different, or even an endoscopy, which I've had before. But it wasn't. And they just wanted to see realistically, as you can imagine, down here. Down in your lower, like, tum-tum. And what they found were a little bit concerning, but not concerning at the same time, which is kind of weird, I know. They found some polyps. And if you don't know what a polyp is, it's I want to say kind of cell. It's kind of, imagine like a spot almost that's inside of you. The problem with polyps is they can be completely harmless, and they can just kind of be there. And most of the time, if you have polyps, your doctors do try to, check them to make sure they don't grow in size or anything, because the bad side of polyps is that they could be cancerous. I'm not saying I have cancer, because I don't think I do, as you guys have guessed. And the doctors said I don't, so I know I don't. But there is the possibility. There is the possibility. So Today, as you guys have guessed, I have rang up the doctors and we're going to get a full explanation of what's going on. When I was at the hospital, they didn't explain where these polyps were. I don't know if they're in my liver. I don't know if they're on my gallbladder. I don't know if they're in my stomach or anywhere, right? And it's really important to know where they are because, as many of you guys probably know a little bit of biology, hopefully, with one of those organs, they're absolutely useless, and that's your gallbladder. And I was hoping, and I'm hoping, that these polyps are on my gallbladder. Because if the polyps get any larger, if the polyps are any worse, or they keep causing me too much pain, as you guys will probably guess, the surgeons at the hospital will come and rip out the gallbladder because it's a weird little organ. You don't actually need it. It's kind of similar to, like, I would say, your appendix. You don't really need your appendix. It's like you've got 2 kidneys, as many people know. It's good to have 2 kidneys, but you can operate on one, as many people will tell you as well. So it's just kind of one of those things where, you know, today, hopefully, once I spoken to my GP, I'll have a little bit more information on what's going ahead, because it's one of those things where my mother suffered from this very similar. I'm not going to go too much into details on that. And same with my dad. My dad has had cancer. So it's one of these things you can tell on my mind that's always there. Could I have cancer? Could it develop into cancer? Could it not? And it's a weird predicament to be in. And you can see it's quite emotional. It's quite hard to get through, but you've got to get through it. And that's what I'm going to try and do, no matter what. I've had a complete health turn, as many people know. I don't have the same diet as I used to. I've changed my complete diet. I actually work out a lot more now. And I'm trying, as you guessed it, to be a lot more healthy. It was kind of a shock, as you guessed it, walking into a room and being told that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So basically what I want to say today, and it's quite funny because Chisgull did one of these videos, and I did what Chisgull did and asked the GP to check me out, and I'm going to do the same things to you guys. If you're 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 30 to 40, it doesn't matter. If you feel a little bit of pain, you feel a bit weird, just go get checked out. Because you never know. Yes, it could be fucking nothing, but at the same time, it could be something. And it's better to find something sooner than later. Because that's the kind of lucky position I would say I am in. I might be in the lucky position where the hospital and the GP been able to pick up what they've picked up. And like I said, these polyps could be nothing. They could honestly stay stagnant. They could stay there and be basically this brand new, visitor that's hitched a ride for the rest of my life. It could. But there's also the worst case scenario. So, as you guys have guessed it, this week, I am going to be posting content. I am going to be posting videos and stuff. I'm going to try and get as much of it done. I'm going to be real as today. So if you see any videos and I'm wearing the same shirt, if you want to put in a comment, hashtag same shirt, like Asmongold used to do, I'll laugh at it because it's a funny joke, right? Because I am going to try and get a load of content done today while I'm feeling semi-okay. But I thought it was only fair to tell you guys what was going on, because at the end of the day, if I start making videos, if I go on live stream, I know many of you guys are going to ask me this question. And I thought, instead of just repeating myself, I'd just tell you straight, tell you what's going on, and now you're in the same boat as me, where we're in limbo. So later today, hopefully, I will see my GP. I will get more information, such as the size of these polyps, where they really are located, if they're on my bowels or if they're on my gallbladder. And I am hoping, it sounds fucked up, but I am hoping they're on my gallbladder, because if they're on my gallbladder, I can, like I said, they can do surgery and they can rip that bad boy out. And even I said it to my girlfriend when I was in the hospital, if it's my gallbladder, I just take the cunt out, just fucking rip that bastard out, then I don't have to worry about it. But that obviously that's not how things work. So we're gonna see stuff like that. Obviously ask the GP, you know, how often are they gonna be taking this scan down there? And at the same time, after I've had a medication, I need to see the GP again if my symptoms carry on. Because if my symptoms carry on even after and during when I'm on these medications, as you guys guessed it, they're gonna have to stuff a camera straight down my throat, like before, which is an endoscopy, and see what the hell's going on. And that pretty much is it. I know it might come to a shock to you guys. It was kind of a shock to me. I would say I'm pretty healthy. I don't drink. Yeah, I did smoke, but I'd expected the smoke to obviously impact my lungs. But my lungs are actually quite healthy, which is quite funny. But for 2 weeks now, like I say, I've quit everything. And it's just one of those things where I think it's just a roll of the dice. And yeah, it's just one of them things. I don't know what else to say, as you guess. It's just a weird... It's a weird predicament. And I know some people can probably relate to it. Some people can't relate to it. I get it. But the whole point of what I'm trying to do in this video is pretty simple. Just get yourself, guys, checked. You could be in your 20s. It sounds stupid. Even if you're in your 20s, just go to the GP and just fucking ask them to check out. Say I want a cancer scan. If they said why and they don't want to give you one, just fucking lie. I don't care. Because it's one of those things with cancer and polyps and any of these really bad things that they appear in your body and you could feel perfectly fine. You honestly could. And you would have no clue that they're there until it's too late. And when it's too late, it's not good, is it? And I'd rather try and prevent that. So in the coming months, I am going to be trying to plan something. I don't know what, but I'm going to be reaching out to a couple of content creators and seeing if they want to do something cool. I know one of them have already done something really, really cool last month. He knows who he is, one of my best boys. And someone else I'm going to ask. So we're going to hopefully try and bring a bit more awareness. So, yeah, that is honestly what's been going on. And hopefully, maybe by the end of the week, or, you know, Wednesday, if I decide to stream because I feel up to it, I'll be able to give you guys more information during the live stream and that. But for now, that is literally where I'm at. I'm no any further, no, you know, not any behind. I'm in this weird limbo of figuring out what is the next step. So I do want to say straight to all of you guys, big shout out, big thank you to every single one of you that honestly, even I can say like in chat, it was crazy. Waking up today, even Boss Killer, straight away, it was crazy. How many people just in comments, you in the video, in Discord, all wished, you know, me to get well. So big thank you to you guys, because you are. And like I said, Age of Empires Mobile, one of the best communities I've ever been a part of. Even though the game and stuff, yeah, we all have issues with, it's the community why I stay here straight away. So big thank you to you guys. As you can see, a bit emotional for me, but it is what it is. So thank you very much. That pretty much is today's video. There will be another video being posted later on today as well. And as you guys have probably guessed it, I am going to try and get as much of the videos done this week today while I'm kind of, honestly, medicated out of my mind. And try and provide you guys with some fun content. So big thank you to you guys. Now you know what's going on. And like I said, go and get checked. If you feel any pains, if you feel a little bit weird, don't hesitate. Go get checked. And you might be surprised. It could be nothing, or you could prevent something. It's as simple as that. So with that said, you know what to say, what we say here. Stay safe, Stay sneaky. Peace out.